Can you share some key lessons which you learned by buying your first condo at age 21?
Well, one big key lesson comes to mind, and this as relates to my situation, and some of your listeners out there can probably relate as well. A lot of my income was on my Schedule C on my taxes. I did a lot of Uber, DoorDash, food delivery, Lyft driving, you name it, any gig work, I wanted to try it. A lot of the common advice around the area was to take as many deductions as possible so that you can pay a little in taxes. Well, something that I learned is that if you do that, obviously lenders can't use that income and count it as actual income.
Right.
So that was a quick shift that I had to adjust and to strategize to pay those taxes so that I could then use that income to qualify for higher limits to buy my first residential 1 to 4 unit property. At that time, I had no idea that there were commercial loans, DSCR loans, or other ways to fund property. I was really trying to leverage the FHA route to put down as minimal as possible to increase my leverage as high as possible. That was one key thing I learned. The second key thing was how crucial timelines were for wire transfers, and to really read the fine print on these little details that, if it comes down to it, are very, very crucial. And such things as your credit card statement closing date time to post your last payment is different on the closing date than the time is for the rest of the days in the calendar month.
Right.
So if you're trying to pay down your credit card to zero in order to have it report zero so that your then lender can knock off that payment to further help your debt to income utilization ratio, knowing those dates and all of that fine print is very crucial. So that was another big thing that I remember in buying that first condo. And then probably the last lesson I learned is how non-important the location or not important all these other things were, because everyone told me it wasn't going to be my forever home. And so that was probably the third thing that I learned.
Check the full episode on our YouTube channel and on Apple Podcast.